A lot of folks have asked me what type of armor they should use. If you're interested in learning more about the different types of armor in Albion Online and how they compare to each other, keep watching this video. There are three main classes of armor in Albion Online: plate, leather, and cloth. Each class has advantages and disadvantages, and you can wear any combination of the three. It helps to understand that in Albion Online you really are what you wear. This means that nearly all of your combat-related stats come from whatever gear you're wearing right now. If you ever take off all your weapons, armor, and equipment, you're back to the same base stats as everybody else. There are tons of stats that armor can add to your character, but this isn't the place to go into a deep dive. Instead, let's think of them generally as offensive stats, the ones that increase your ability to deal damage or heal other players, or defensive stats, the ones that make it harder for mobs and players to harm, control, or kill you. In each armor class, there are 3 base armor sets and 5 artifact armor sets. That's 8 different armor sets per class, or 24 sets total. There are no set bonuses, so you can mix and match any combination of armor pieces to suit your playstyle. Within each class, the 3 base armor sets, which are generally cheaper to craft and buy compared to the artifact armor sets, range from mostly defensive to more offensive. Each of the 3 pieces in an armor set, for your head, chest, and feet, follows a common theme in terms of which playstyle it favors. Let's look at each class of armor and its 3 base sets. Now keep in mind that all of the examples I'm going to show you here are all normal quality items with no enchantments. If they had better crafting quality or were crafted using enchanted materials, they'd have higher item power, and this boosts some of the gear's stats as well. Now, for example, if I have 0 skill in leather hood fighters, so I'm not getting any item power bonuses from skill, then a tier 4.1 mercenary hood has the same item power as a tier 5 mercenary hood with no enchantment. Generally speaking, that 0.1 enchantment boosts an item's IP to the same level as the next tier with no enchantment. Plate armor is crafted at the warrior's forge by a blacksmith. This is what I typically envision when I think of medieval armor. Plate armor offers superior protection compared to leather and cloth, and it's made from metal bars, mostly steel alloys. In exchange for all that protection, it doesn't benefit your offensive and healing abilities very much at all. No matter how badass you look in full plate, you're not going to deal as much damage as you could with other armor classes. The 3 base plate sets, ranging from purely defensive to offensive leaning, are Guardian, Knight, and Soldier armor. Check out the defensive stats for the chest piece in each set. The Guardian armor is extremely tanky. You get literally no offense buffs at all, but tons of protection. The Knight armor is a little bit less tanky compared to the Guardian armor and offers slightly better offensive buffs. And the Soldier armor gives you even less protection than Knight armor and again, slightly better offensive output. Leather armor is crafted at the Hunter's Lodge. As you might imagine, it's not as effective as big-ass metal plates when it comes to blocking a spear or shielding your junk from a slashing sword. It's sewn together from tanned leather made of animal hides. However, since you can move more freely in leather armor, your damage output is going to be substantially better than with plate armor. The 3 base leather sets are Mercenary, Hunter, and Assassin. Let's look at the basic stats for a T4 leather jacket in each set. Notice that the Mercenary jacket offers the most protection and the lowest amount of offense buffs by comparison. The Hunter gear is right in the middle, and the Assassin gear sacrifices protection for damage output. Cloth armor is crafted at the Mage Tower from cloth woven together from fibers such as hemp or skyflowers. If you think about the shirt and trousers you wear in real life, they probably wouldn't be much use at protecting you if some fool hit you with a mace, right? But they certainly would give you more flexibility and mobility than wearing heavy leather or metal plates. So, it's not surprising that cloth armor gives you the maximum boosts to your damage and healing output. The 3 base cloth armor sets are Scholar, Cleric, and Mage. Let's review the basic stats for a T4 cloth robe in each set. The Scholar set is the most defensive as far as cloth goes, the Cleric set is balanced, and the Mage set is all about dealing damage and healing. Okay, so what happens when you compare the tankiest, heaviest plate chest to the most defensive-minded Scholar robe? Check out the differences in the stats. Even though the Scholar set is the most defensive-minded of the cloth armor, it doesn't even come close to offering as much protection as the plate armor. And even though it's the most defensive-minded of the cloth armor, it still offers way more attack and healing benefits compared to the plate. Now, if we look at the leather merc jacket, it's right in between them stat-wise. One thing to note about cloth armor is that it doesn't offer any crowd control duration buffs at all. Crowd control is stuff that stuns or roots or, interrupts your enemies and controls what they can do, limits their abilities. But in PvE, crowd control abilities are mostly for tanks, which is why plate armor has the duration buffs, and in PvP, you're going to trade those crowd control duration buffs for more damage. So, in conclusion, cloth armor is for dealing damage and healing folks. Plate armor is for protection against all manner of attacks. And leather is right in between the two. Now you know. Got it all figured out? Well, the next thing for you to consider is which unique abilities you can get from your armor. Each armor piece gives you specific spells or abilities. For example, your boots can turn you invisible. Some of the artifact armor has some very distinctive capabilities, and you won't find them anywhere else. Check out your Destiny board if you want to view each piece in each of the armor sets. Thanks for watching. Check out my other Albion Online FAQ videos with simple answers to your burning questions like these.